What up, YouTube? Jay Coffee on the vid, and let's check this footage out. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this story, but this is some very excessive police brutality, gang-like behavior. I'll be back with some more commentary.
In the early hours of April 1st, a woman called Taylor Police to report that her boyfriend had fought with her and damaged her apartment. Officers quickly located Brendan Morgan's car. In this dashcam video, you can see that as soon as the officer turns on his lights and siren, Morgan turns into a gas station. 34 seconds later, this happens. Morgan says he was pushed onto his right arm and he could not get it free for officers to handcuff him.
So you guys see the animosity that they hunted this guy down with, immediately running up, punching him in the face, just attacking him like an angry mob. Now, I know some people are probably going to say, well, Jay Coffee Talk, did you hear what they said? This guy, it was a domestic violence situation. Well, you know how it goes. We have a court system, allegations, innocent until proven guilty. I'm not saying that the woman was lying or what the case was. I don't know. But it gets much worse. This is just the beginning of this. This feels personal, almost like I question if one of the officers was messing with the same girl as him or something like that. It just feels way too personal. You see that stiff punch they gave the guy, wouldn't even let him get out of the car. Like I said, this is just the beginning. We're going to roll some more footage.
That's when one of the officers used his taser.
This guy doesn't look like he's resisting too much to me. Do you see like the amount of taser, how much they're using the taser on this guy? Like that seems to be excessive as hell and dangerous. I mean, like I always say, I try to break things down from a realistic standpoint on this channel. I'm not trying to attack the police as a whole. But come on, man. We can't just blindly just always trust that every officer out there isn't going to abuse his authority. But once again, it gets much, much worse than this. And will these officers even really pay for this? Officers who break the law, commit criminal acts, really, once again, they need to be held accountable. It'll deter other officers from pulling some BS. And the good police that do their job right should want these kind of officers up out of there.
Once the 33-year-old from Southfield is handcuffed, this is what one of the officers says.
Welcome to Taylor. You shouldn't fight with the police, brother.
Officers said in their reports that Morgan refused to stop his car and that he began to walk away from his vehicle. So officers escorted Morgan to the ground. That's how a misdemeanor domestic violence case got charged as felony fleeing police and felony assaulting or obstructing police.
I complied, so why am I being treated like this?
The police reports show Morgan was only driving about 5 to 10 miles an hour, and Morgan says he had a good reason to wait those 34 seconds to stop.
I just wanted to be safe. I pulled into a lighted area and it was still treated like I was such a threat.
The behavior of these officers is reprehensible.
Reprehensible, to say the least. Now, do you see what also was such BS about all this? The police abusing their power is how they trump the charges up on them with a lie. And you'll see as the video continues, you know, how easy it can be for some BS lies of this nature, you know, to make the end result someone to get beaten viciously and then lied upon by police officers if, you know, that power is just left in their hands. And in this situation, There was body cam footage, and it still almost slipped through the cracks. These officers should definitely be fired. They obviously, are the kind of officers who will abuse their power. And I hope this man sues the hell out of the department. They said he got out the car and walked away. After fleeing, he got out of the car and walked away, so they escorted him to the ground. Like, just pure lies. And I don't know if you guys agree. I feel this man wanted to pull slowly into a lit up area instead of in the pitch. Could you imagine this? They're doing this, what they may have done if he didn't pull into the lit up area. They might have, it was like just on a dark sidewalk with no lights. They might have killed this man.
They act like a mob.
Todd Russell Perkins is Brendan Morgan's attorney.
Mr. Morgan fought never. When he wrote on his windows, he was assaulted. There's no explicable reason why this unfolded in the way that it did, other than these people should just not be the police.
Taylor Police sent the Wayne County prosecutor an 11-page warrant request, and Morgan was charged the next day. But no one from the prosecutor's office ever asked for the video of the arrest until the middle of June, 2.5 months later. Once the case got to court in late July, and once the judge saw the video, the felony fleeing and obstruction charges were dismissed.
That courtroom prosecutor should have reported that to their supervisor, and that should have taken some effect, and they should have initiated some form of investigation.
When you put these charges on me, I have to buy myself out, buy an attorney, lose money, lose work, just because you lied on me. It's not fair.
Now you see how that almost went through the cracks, these trumped up charges. Something that as soon as the judge saw, he threw that right out the window. But the prosecutors and everything could have been on their job and seen this immediately and been like, we need to fix this. These are not the proper charges. Like, they handed this all in with the video footage. And it's just kind of like, that's scary that practice is in place. The court system and everything is obviously, I don't need, to really tell you guys, it's a serious thing. It decides people's freedom, in some situations, life and death. And this is just the court not doing their job. So in many other situations, this could mess up charges and have charges dismissed, or just things could go bad in many ways. The people are not doing their job correctly. Make sure to join the discussion in the comments and let me know your guys' thoughts on all this. And also subscribe to the channel. Lots of content. I always want to hear from the people. But let's continue.
We're unsatisfied with policing like that. We want to be professional. We want to treat people with respect. And that's how we're going to operate here in the city of Taylor.
Taylor Police Chief John Blair says he disciplined his officers for their actions the day after the arrest. Blair also says the entire department participated in training on diversity, implicit bias, and de-escalation tactics.
We self-monitored. We found this. We reacted not because someone else brought it to our attention. We found it. We corrected it with discipline. We changed policy. We provide training to the entire department.
Why did your officer say, "Welcome to Taylor"?
Again, we don't appreciate comments like that. That's not the way things should be done.
Do you feel like that's a racist statement?
Absolutely not. You're not going to screw around in the city of Taylor. That could be a white person, it could be an African American, it could be Hispanic, it could be.
So in closing, I mean, you hear what that chief is saying there. The whole, we gave training and this and that. That sounds like a PR move, basically something, to try to, they're talking about we train people on de-escalation tactics. This sounds like a de-escalation tactics when it comes to the public, if you ask me. And referring back to the original beginning of the video where I was saying, some people might say, well, Jay, this guy was a woman beater. And I was saying domestic situations can be tricky. I'm not saying the woman was lying. I don't know what was going on in the case. But I truly wonder if there was something personal, like I said, one of the officers, like that there was an affair going on. I don't know. It just seemed way too much for the officers to come like this violent mob like that. And I also feel like in the chief's statement, if it was some kind of crazy situation that went down at the home, he would have said something after this all being put out like this, along the lines of, sometimes officers come across horrific things on the job and they sometimes lose their cool or something. And he didn't say anything like that. I don't know. Get in the comments and let me know if you guys agree with that or not. But getting back to all this, things like this happen all the time. And as I was originally saying before as well, I'm not attacking police as a whole. I look at things from a reality-based perspective. Obviously, there needs to be authority in society, but this kind of behavior only creates that kind of animosity towards the police, or people not trusting the police, or just that kind of climate when it comes to law enforcement and the public, So get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about everything I said on this video. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the notification bell. As always, I got to let you guys know I make a lot of different content. I talk music, I talk sports, I talk current events, conspiracies, all kinds of stuff. And subscribing to the channel helps me out greatly. It doesn't cost you guys a thing. I love making these videos. So subscribe, hit that bell. Every video may not be something you're into, but that subscription helps me out. So to solve that problem, you can hit the notification bell and hit personalized, and then YouTube will only notify you of the videos that I put out that, is something that you'll be into, or you could just hit them all or whatever. Thanks for watching. Look forward to hearing what everyone's got to say in the comments. I'm signing out, guys. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.